for joining. The Reuben Armstrong Show will be starting soon. Share the live stream and invite your friends to join the conversation. We will begin in just a few moments. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining. The Reuben Armstrong Show will be starting soon. Share the live stream and invite your friends to join the conversation. We will begin in just a few moments. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining. The Reuben Armstrong Show will be starting soon. Share the live stream and invite your friends to join the conversation. We will begin in just a few moments.
The views and opinions expressed on The Reuben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is selling God. God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is. Available the 21st of April, 2026 in bookstores and online.
Do you have an idea? Do you have a story to tell? Do you want to share your voice? You could be a guest on The Reuben Armstrong Show. Visit www.thereubenarmstrongshow.com. Click contact and email us today.
Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining. The Reuben Armstrong Show will be starting soon. Share the live stream and invite your friends to join the conversation. We will begin in just a few moments. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining.
The views and opinions expressed on The Reuben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is selling God. God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is. Available the 21st of April, 2026 in bookstores and online.
Do you have an idea? Do you have a story to tell? Do you want to share your voice? You could be a guest on The Reuben Armstrong Show. Visit www.thereubenarmstrongshow.com. Click contact and email us today.
Right now, something is shifting. The conversations are louder, the stakes are higher, and the silence, it's over. This is where bold ideas meet real accountability, where culture is examined, not avoided, where perspectives collide, something and truth is tested in real time. We don't hide behind headlines. We don't run from discomfort. We step into it. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in confrontation. It happens when voices rise. It happens when someone is willing to say what others won't. Tonight, we challenge narratives. We question assumptions. We elevate the conversation. This is more than talk. This is impact. This is The Reuben Armstrong Show. And now, your host, Reuben Armstrong.
Thank you. 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 Let me ask you something tonight. How many of you have ever had a dream, a calling, or something you believe God wanted you to do? And somebody else's voice tried to talk you out of it. For a long time, people have asked me the same question. What happened to the Reuben Armstrong show? Where did Reuben Armstrong go? Some people thought the show was over. Some people thought I disappeared. But the real truth is something most people don't talk about. Discouragement. Behind the scenes, people were saying things like, "You're not a real journalist. Your grammar isn't good." And when you hear those things, it can make you start questioning yourself. But don't leave this show tonight, because the rest of this story relates to it. And some of you may have experienced the same thing in your own life. Even when you're a best-selling author, even when people come to you for advice, you pour into them. Even when millions of people have heard your voice. But tonight, we're going to talk about it. Because sometimes the biggest thing that stops people from walking in their purpose is the voice of other people. And tonight, the truth is coming out. We're talking about this, and I would like to hear your comments and views, and you're welcome to join us. You're tuned into the Reuben Armstrong Show. I want to welcome everyone to the show tonight. This is not a feel-good message tonight. This is a show that it's going to be touching tonight. And I want to hear your voice. Some people may have been through many things in their life tonight. It's not a Christian show tonight. It's a show, the comeback of Reuben Armstrong. Why did I leave? Why now, Reuben, you coming back to the show? This is what the show is going to be about tonight. I have a friend that's going to be joining us live tonight from Dallas, Texas. Let's welcome him to the show tonight. LA, welcome to the show tonight. I can't hear you though. Get your mic together, then just let me know when you can talk, and we get you. The question you have tonight is, why did Reuben Armstrong leave the show? What happened to the show? Why now? Back in 2006, I wrote the book, Snakes in the Pulpit. I wrote the book. In the book, I expose what goes on in our churches today. I exposed pastors that are living lavish lifestyles. Pastors that are fleecing the flock in the pulpit. I talked about that. I exposed her churches as Bishop Eddie Long having sexual relationship with young boys in the church. I wrote about that in my book, Snakes in the Pulpit. But people did not believe what I was talking about. They say, "Oh, you got to be quiet, Reuben, because you can't touch God's anointing. You can't bother and touch God's people. But Bishop Eddie Long, 3 or 4 years down the line, Bishop Long was exposed and sued by these pastors and by these young boys for having sexual relationship with those young boys. I talked about that, but people did not believe me. So the point I'm trying to get tonight, why did I start the Reuben Armstrong show? Why did I start that show? Why did I start that show? Let's see. Larry, are you on the line right now? Let's see if we can bring him on. You on the line?
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm here, Reuben.
Okay, great. Thank you. This is L.A. McNeil, Larry he lives in Dallas, Texas. And he is one of the reasons why I'm doing this show tonight. And he was telling me we've been friends for a long time. And he was telling me, he said, Reuben, let people know why are you coming back now? Why are you coming back now? So he wants to talk to me, and we're going to talk live about it. And I want to hear your comments, your questions, or anything like that. You can post on Facebook, and let's talk about it. Larry, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Reuben. Honored to be on your show today, man. Yeah, you've been gone for a long time, man. A long, long time. What people are doing now, you've been doing, man. So it's good to have you coming back. LL Cool J say don't call it a comeback, well, it is a comeback. So
Yeah.
I know you got a lot to say. You got a lot that's built up, man. So you get this gone, just let it out because you got just too much to say. This too much.
Yeah.
You said a whole lot back in the days, man. But hey, it's 2026, and hey, they're not ready for you, man. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm very
Yeah.
much excited, man.
Yeah, I'm excited too, and one of the things that I like about it is, now they have something like called podcast, YouTube. You can watch on TV and radios and things like that. But I was way ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? I was way ahead of the game before a talk show or podcast was even existed.
Right.
They wasn't talking about podcasts and YouTube things like that. I was already on television back in 2006 and talking about these things and of the churches and things like that.
Yeah,
So, what kind of
Reuben,
question you have? Mhm.
when you told me what you was going to be when you was going to be getting back on when you was going to start your own show and writing your own books, I said, "What are you talking about, man?" And then when YouTube wasn't even big, then you told me about YouTube, and now everybody and their mama's on YouTube now, man. You can just
That is
press
correct.
live and go live anywhere in the world using this. But you was hip to it back then, man.
Back
So
then, yeah,
right,
yeah,
and
that is correct.
yeah, so and then you told me he's gonna be writing your book titled "Snakes in the Pulpit." I was like, "Snakes in the Pulpit." In the pastors you told me he's gonna be talking about. I said, "Why are you talking about these pastors, for man?" And
You
and
did,
and
you
hey,
did.
you talking about these pastors? We're still talking about some of these pastors today. You talked about I'm in Dallas, Texas. You talking about old TD Jakes? He was a powerhouse pastor. Now they call him the power bottom pastor. Now being at them P Diddy parties, man. So
Oh
man, you said
Jesus,
the way you said it back then, man. So hey, it's going on. Hey,
yeah, yeah, because I think
hey,
there was some accusation with that rapper named P
P
Diddy.
Diddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
P Diddy, and he's in jail right now because he did some things like with these young girls and things like that, which I don't
right.
agree with. So yeah, he was. They say him and TD Jakes, which is a mega pastor in Dallas, Texas. They was kind of hooked up together doing some crazy things as well, as long as many other celebrities. But
Right.
now you asked me a question. Why did I started the Reuben Armstrong show? If that was
Yeah.
something that you wanted to know, I mean, this is the reason why we're doing this show tonight. But I want everyone to pay attention to the show tonight and watch the show very thoroughly tonight because it's going to escalate to something that is going to encourage you on. Okay, back in 2010, Larry, I saw something that bothered me. I thought that, and a lot of people had powerful stories to tell, but they had no place to tell.
Right.
Most media platforms only wanted safe conversation back in the days. Now we're talking about in 2010. So they wanted safe conversation. They avoided topics that were controversial, uncomfortable, or that challenged powerful institutions. But in today's life, like in barbershops, living rooms, and community, people we're talking about what? Real issues. Real
Right.
issues. I mean, some of the real issues. Like, what's some of the issues that people talk to you about? or that we facing today in this society that need to be talked about?
I mean, mostly. You just pick a number, man. Going on, not even with Epstein files. What's going on with the pastors? What famous rapper or celebrity is talking about each other? People are having menage a trois. I mean, there's something to everything somebody's talking about, man. You can
Mhm.
just pick, you
Right.
know.
Well, okay, good.
So there's
Okay.
nothing no topic is off limits. It's almost
Mhm.
any and everything that you can talk about, you know.
Okay, great. So, for those who just joining us, just want everyone to know you're tuning into the Reuben Armstrong Show live. I don't know you're watching the show on Facebook, TikTok, or live television. We are live on television as well. I see right now we got over 3,000 people. We post this show for today on yesterday. And so we've been posting it today and yesterday. So right now we got right about 3,000 people live watching it on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok as well. So thank you everyone for watching the show. Tonight's show is going to be a little not controversial. We're going to really talk about some things that's not going on in the churches, but what happened to Reuben Armstrong? Why did Reuben Armstrong leave television? Why did the best-selling author Reuben Armstrong maybe say disappear? But I didn't disappear. People, and go back to the show again, people being taken advantage of. I believe there needed to be a platform where people could speak openly and honestly. And and that's why I started the show. Now, so back in 2010, that's when I created the Reuben Armstrong Show. The idea, simple, real talk, real truth, no filter. And that's what we have to talk about. So many people have so much to talk about, so much to talk about. They had no platform. Now you have platforms now that you got podcasts all over the place. Now, are they talking about real talk? Are they able to talk about what they want to talk about? That's what we're talking about. It was a place where guests could come and talk about things that many other shows were afraid to discuss.
Now, Ruben, let me interject. Now, you wrote your first book, Snakes in the Pulpit. You wrote that, I believe it was what, August 1st, 2007.
Correct.
So you wrote that book, and then you say want to do what, radio? What was it, radio? What?
Radio, correct. I did the radio too
Radio.
as well.
So, but when you was writing that book, okay, I know you was thinking about, okay, I'm gonna write this book, I'm gonna do radio. What made you want to get into just doing the radio and just doing the talk show? Because I mean, you got so many things. It's like you doing a whole lot of things at once. I think you got more than two hands, man. You're doing a lot of everything, man. So your thoughts are sporadic, which is good. That means you got a lot to say and a lot to tell. Just tell us in that order. Okay, what? Hold on. Let's just start from the beginning. What made you want to write the book Snakes in the Pulpit, which came out in 2007? Because you said 2010 that you started the talk show. So
Correct.
just give us a little breakdown summary of how all this transition.
Okay. Well, thank you. Okay, I'm glad you asked that because I wrote the book. First of all, I want to say I didn't write the book Snakes in the Pulpit because I hate the church. I wrote it because I love the church. For years, I was born and raised in the church. I want to make sure everyone understands. I was born as a child and raised into the church until I became an adult. So I was definitely raised in the church. I know the Bible. I know the scriptures. I mean, people that's watching, listening to the show that maybe went to church with me, they know that Reuben and our family, we grew up in church. When the church door was open, the Armstrong's family was in the church. And so I know the church. So I saw people going to church every Sunday faithfully. People go to church faithfully. Hardworking people, people struggling. Many of them were giving their last dollars in tithes and in offering, believing that God would bless them. But when the people were struggling to pay rent, buy food, and survive, some of the leaders were living like celebrities, private jets, $1 million home. And I began to ask a serious question, Larry. I asked myself a question: who is
What was
really
it?
being blessed here? The
Mm-hmm.
people or the preacher? For
Mm-hmm.
more than 4 years now, I studied what was happening inside many churches, especially the rise of the mega churches culture. You know, you got these mega pimps in the church.
Right.
Well, I saw how scriptures was twisted. You know, touch not my anointed and
Right.
do my prophet no harm.
Yeah, they gonna throw that at you. Yeah.
That's a spiritual lie from the pits of hell. That twisted. That scripture is twisted.
Yeah,
In
it
the
never.
pulpit,
Yeah,
that go ahead,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, it say that not to touch my anointed, but God never. He never told David, "Hey, don't talk about him.
Yeah, don't
Don't
talk about
talk."
it. We're not
He
touching them.
said
I'm
no. He
not
never
touching
said
them.
don't talk about him. You can don't touch him physically, but he never said don't talk about it. You got to put that in there. He never said don't talk about what they
Yeah,
doing. They never said
that's
how they
right.
going up in their business. They never say how they taking all that money from the election plate and going to go buy whatever they buying or mess with somebody's wives or and God knows what else, man. So he never said that. Now, so
No, he never said
go
that.
ahead. I'm sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
no,
Go ahead.
I'm glad you
Go
said that because I want to say this,
ahead.
and I like to say this, and I keep the truth that pastors now, not all churches are bad. Let me clarify
Right.
that. You do have good churches out there, but pastor now that's in our society are having more sex with the parishioners than they're having with their own spouse. Yeah, I said it. I said it. And they are. They are. And that's why you have so many pastors that got outside kids. That's why you see all of these mega scams and sexual acts that's going on with these young kids and young boys in the church. I'm talking about it. I know people don't like the way I talk and with the things I say. It's okay. You'll get over it. But I want to say this to you, though.
The views and opinions expressed on The Reuben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is selling God. God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is. Available the 21st of April, 2026 in bookstores and online.
Do you have an idea? Do you have a story to tell? Do you want to share your voice? You could be a guest on The Reuben Armstrong Show. Visit www.thereubenarmstrongshow.com. Click contact and email us today.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Okay. So we're
There it is.
talking about we back to the welcome back to the show. For those who just joining us, you're tuning into the Reuben Armstrong Show. We are on live. I'm on the phone and on the line with Larry McNeil from Dallas, Texas. And he came over to the show. He said, Reuben, I mean, a lot of people are glad that you're back. A lot of people are glad that you're back. And and it's controversial. We talk about controversial issues, but nobody really know what really happened behind the scenes, why I left the show. So you know, and I'm gonna say this again. I don't want no one to discourage you for doing what your destination in your life. Okay. If you have a purpose in life, you need to continue that. Don't let no one stop you. And that's what happened to me, Larry.
Uh,
I had people on the back scene talking about, oh, you're not a journalist. You never went to school to be a journalist. I listened to people and it
mm,
discouraged me. Behind the scenes,
yeah.
oh, you don't have proper grammar to be on television. I listen to those people.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
listen to them.
Yeah. And Ruben, it's you can listen to people, but what God has for you, He has for you. You have the gift of gab. Care what nobody say. You know how to think on your toes, and you know what? You're there for people. You're sincere to other people. You know whatever they going through. You know this. You told me countless stories of the things you've done for other people, and those are stories that people don't even know. And that's something that you would have to just tell the people that I think you should, because just the stuff that you've been through throughout your life. You know, it's a big testimony, man. I mean, a real big testimony, man. The stuff that you've been through, man. So you got a lot to
Yeah.
say. The grammar and all that. Don't worry about it. Hey, long as you getting through to the people, that's all that matters. That's the thing
You,
that matters. Are you getting through to the people? So
right. And you said something very important. I got a testimony to tell. And a lot of people think they know why the Reuben Armstrong show stopped. They think it was the critics, the people who said I wasn't a real journalist, the people who said my grammar wasn't good enough, the people who told me to quit. And honestly, those things hurt. But that's not, Larry, why the show really stopped. While all of that was happening, something else happened to me. Listen to me now. Listen to me. People, I want y'all to listen to me. I had a heart attack. There's several types of heart attack. You can have a STEMI. I don't know many people in the medical field. I've been in the medical field for many years. I worked at many hospitals. You have a STEMI. You have a widowmaker. You have several types of heart attack. One of the worst heart attack that has 12% of survival, according to American Heart Association, 12% was a widowmaker. 12%. I had a widowmaker. A heart attack. I had a heart attack. A widowmaker. 12% of people survive a widowmaker. I didn't want to tell this story to no one, but you put it out of me. That means if you put 100 people in a room, 88 of them don't go home. The first one, doctor had to put the heart attack I had, the widow, they put 4 stents in my heart just to keep me alive. Just to keep me alive. The weird thing about it, I stayed alive. I want people to listen to the story. This is not a story. This is a testimony and pretty much a resurrection, I think. I had another heart attack March of last year also. That was a widowmaker. The second widowmaker was worse. The doctor pulled my family aside and told them to prepare themselves. Both times, my heart stopped. The first widowmaker heart attack and the second widowmaker heart attack. This was 5-6 years apart. I flatlined. Both times, I had 2 heart attacks, a widowmaker heart attack. I flatlined and I died. When you wake up after something like that, you don't think about critics. You don't think about grammar. You don't think about who doubted you, who asked one question. After I came up and I woke up and I asked myself, why am I still here? Because the doctor couldn't answer it. Medicine, science had no explanation. But I know the answer. God wasn't finished with me yet. He did not bring me back to sit down. He didn't bring me back to stay silent. He brought me back because I still have a purpose to walk in. And this is why I'm sitting here today, able to talk to you. I'm talking to someone today. I just want, some people may have experienced this in life. Some people may had a heart attack. Some people may had a widowmaker, but 12% of people survive this heart attack. If God can bring a man back from death, not once, but twice, after 2 widowmakers' heart attacks, that he never supposed to survive, then there is no discouragement, no criticism, no sickness, no heartbreak, and no obstacle in this world that has the power to stop the purpose God placed inside of you. If you're watching tonight and life has knocked you down and you've been asking yourself if it's even worth getting back up. Some people in the hospital right now sick. But I survived 2 heart attacks. I died. Not one time. I died twice. And I say this right here to people today. No matter what your situation may be. No matter what your situation may be, you can be sick. You can have problems. You have to walk in your purpose. I'm not a pastor, I'm not a preacher, but I'm telling you what happened, why you have not seen me, why you have not talked to me. Because I was not able to talk. I was not able to do the things that you and other people may have done. But I thank God that I'm here today, that I'm able to talk and listen to people. We'll take a break right quick.
Do you have an idea? Do you have a story to tell? Do you want to share your voice? You could be a guest on The Reuben Armstrong Show. Visit www.thereubenarmstrongshow.com. Click contact and email us today.
Welcome back to the show. So, and I just want to encourage people. You can do it. Don't let nothing stop you from going to the next level. You can still finish what God started in you. I didn't survive 2 widowmakers' heart attacks just to sit down and be quiet. I did not. God has a plan for me. And my voice is that plan. I have a lot to talk about. When I stop, God started dealing with me on a lot of things. When I wrote this new book that's coming out in April, God doesn't want your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is. I didn't want to put that book out. God started dealing with me, Pooh. He started dealing with me. I'll let you talk.
I mean, yeah, man. Surviving 2 heart attacks, man. I couldn't imagine nothing like that. But yeah, just to come back from something like that, like you got a whole lot to say and a whole lot to talk about, man. You know, I say, Reuben, you get involved in something, because when you get involved in something, I know you're gonna give your all. You're gonna give your all every time. You're gonna give 100%, no matter what type of job you're doing. You're gonna give it all. And one thing, you're gonna tell it to people how I need to be told. You say, hey, you always say I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I'm just gonna tell it to you like it is, and that's how it is. Because Reuben, you're a friend of truth. You are a friend of truth. I know God once said, if you ain't a friend of truth, you're not a friend of mine. Now, the truth may hurt, but the truth, it's going to set you free, man. And I can say you're a real person, and you're going to tell it, like it is. Because that's how I need to be told, especially in this day and time, because there's still people out there that need answers, and they need to hear some truth. They need to hear just something that's good for their soul and for their mind. I think you can do that,
And tonight, I just know that somebody needs to hear this tonight. This is a story that I was never going to tell. That I'm a private person. I never tell a story and tell what goes on in my life.
Yeah, I tell you, you need to tell this. Because you're helping somebody. Sure.
Somebody may have a heart attack. Some people may be sick, and some people just might want to give up. The doctor would give up on you because they go by what statistics have shown. I want people to listen and understand. I had 2 worst heart attacks. Widowmakers. Flatline. Dead. Look at me now. I have a purpose here. This is why the Reuben Armstrong show went away. I can't sit down and be quiet. This is my calling. Talking, exposing the lies and deceptions of the churches. Talking about relationships, marriages, divorces. All of this going to be talking about on the new show. Share this live to your friends or to your family, that somebody might need to hear this, that might need to be encouraged tonight. I have a lot of stories to tell, but I died twice. Family prepared 2 funerals for me. 2 funerals prepared. Stents put in my heart. I'm here. I'm here walking, standing up. Some days I have good days and some days I have bad days. That's just part of the deal. But I'm not going to let that stop me. Some people may have multiple sclerosis. Some people may have heart condition. Some people may have memory loss. But push. Stay strong. Look at me. I'm a living witness. I am a witness. Look at me. I don't look like a person that had 2 widowmaker heart attacks, do I? Sometimes I feel like it.
No, you don't look like what you've been through, man. You feeling how you look? You look all right sometimes.
Right. Yeah, and I'm glad you wanted me to do this show tonight to let people know what happened to Reuben Armstrong, why the show disappeared, why now, Reuben, you coming back?
Time, man, it's time. It's time. It's time.
It's that time. It's that season. I believe that it's that season. It's that season. I'm going to do a couple things.
The views and opinions expressed on the Reuben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is selling God. God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting, your pastor is. Available the 21st of April, 2026 in bookstores and online.
Do you have an idea? Do you have a story to tell? Do you want to share your voice? You could be a guest on The Reuben Armstrong Show. Visit www.thereubenarmstrongshow.com. Click contact and email us today.
Welcome back to the show. For those who just joining us, you tune into the Reuben Armstrong Show. Remember to log on to the website www.thereubenarmstrongshow.com. www.thereubenarmstrongshow.com. I'm talking to a good friend of mine, Larry McNeil. He lives in Dallas, Texas, and he encouraged me to do a show, The Comeback of Reuben Armstrong. What happened to Reuben? What happened to the best-selling author, Snakes in the Pulpit? Bro, do you remember back in 2006, 2007, when I started writing this book, and I shut everybody down. I didn't talk to people.
You did, man. You was in isolation, man. You was like a monk, man. You was just focused on writing that book, and I was like, you really wasn't answering too many phone calls. You was talking briefly, so you really had your mind into this. I remember you told me about it, but I didn't think too much of it. Then you said, "Hey, I'm about to release this book." I was like, "What?" Hey, it was out.
Yeah, I didn't, and then I didn't tell many people what I was doing. I didn't tell really nobody what I was doing because God was dealing with me on what's going on in the churches, how the churches are being pulpit pimps, being hoodwinked and bamboozled by what's going on in the churches.
Yeah, and Ruben, let me interject. The people that you were talking, that's what kind of threw me off. Not only was you talking about Jakes, it was Joel Osteen, Creflo Dollar.
Correct.
I think the last one, I think it was Ted Haggard. You was talking about the big dogs, man. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I think
The mega
somebody
churches.
somebody from Creflo Dollar's point. I think they had reached out to you because you was letting the people know what's going on in these churches, man. So you made some noise.
Yeah, there was a lot
Hey,
of people reach out to me, young people that was molested by some of these mega churches. I'm not going to say the name on that because that's not what we're talking about too much today. I want
Right.
to talk more about the comeback, and
Okay.
I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. We're going to have the show on Mondays and Wednesdays, and some days, I might put up there no show today. I might put no show today. Because it depends on the situation I'm in. Because I wanted to tell people that, and I'm glad you encouraged me to do that. About it, talking about the comeback, what happened to me, why did I leave? But I want to encourage people: if people is negative in your life, if people telling you, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that," and you get those people away from you. Get those people away from you. Get those negativity people away from you and get those positive people. Sometimes you got to let them walk. Let them walk out your life because they're not really walking in a bad way. They're doing a favor to you.
Right. 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 You don't want all that negativity around you because you'll start to believe those words that they saying. They say that words can't hurt, but words, sometimes they can. If they keep penetrating your mind, sometimes they'll start to believe what you're saying because the tongue is very powerful,
Very
very
powerful. Very,
powerful.
very,
You
very
know.
powerful. And that's what's
So
important tonight. I share the live tonight. Go to YouTube, go to Facebook. If you listening and watching this broadcast online tonight, share the live. Somebody might want to hear the story tonight about what really happened to Reuben Armstrong, what happened to heart attacks, widowmakers, and somebody might want to hear that tonight. Welcome back. Welcome back. can't see the comments tonight in the chat tonight. I got a couple people telling me, here's one right here. I'm gonna show this right here. Area developers, stay strong. You will make me cry. I'm putting this on the screen right now. Joan Gomez, amen. And this person right here, he came back to live because you are a good person and you have a good heart. Thank you, everyone, for that comment. I really feel touched tonight because no one knows no one's struggle. No one knows no one's struggle. No one knows what people go through.
Right.
Some people, and I talked to a guy today, old schoolmate, a friend of mine. He's in the hospital now with a stroke. And he called and talked to him. I said, you know what? It's weird that you're talking about that now. I want you to watch my show tonight to get some encouragement to see what I've been through so you can know and that you can get out of this situation. No matter what the doctors say, take your medication, do what the right thing. But when people give up on you, when the doctors give up on you, when you had all of that in your heart, and then 5 to 6 years later, last year, on March of 2025, I had another widowmaker, another heart attack.
Here you are.
Tonight, I want to thank everyone that's watching and listening to the show tonight. You may be watching this show by broadcast on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, or television. I'm seeing right now over 4,000 people online, on streaming, watching this show right now. If this message encouraged you, share this story with someone else who needs to hear this. Because tonight was not just about my story. It was about purpose. I want to encourage you tonight to walk in your purpose. No matter what anyone says about you, no matter what your health situation is, no matter what struggles you go through, you still walk in your purpose. And sometimes the hardest thing you will have to do in life is let certain people walk out of your life. So you can get God what he's trying to take you to. He's trying to take you to another level. I experienced this. 2 heart attacks, 2 deaths, 2 flatline. Oh, CPR. He's flatlining. Think about it.
Reuben, let me say something. Okay, you had 2 of those, man. You had to recover from the first one. Then you had a second one. And you had to recover again from that second one. Going through that recovery one time, that's already enough. And then coming out of it a second time. I mean, that's just something within itself right there.
The worst thing is only 12% of people survive the first widowmaker. 12%. But I had 2.
2 of them.
Why am I here? Because I have a purpose. And once you know your purpose in life,
Right.
walk in it. Walk in your purpose, no matter what people say, no matter what the doctors say.
Walking testimony, man. Still here. Walking testimony. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with crying. Somebody just got to cry it out, man. Just let it out. Got to cry it out sometimes, man.
No
Let
one
that
knows
out.
your struggle. No one knows what goes on. No one knows.
Right.
All right, everyone.
You all right, man?
I'm fine. Thank you. I'm glad everyone joined me tonight. I just want to thank everyone that watched the show tonight, shared the story to someone. I know there are people watching tonight who have experienced it all: discouragement, setbacks, health problems, failures, and disappointments. I want to leave you with this tonight. Stay encouraged. Because if I can stand here today, if I can sit here today, if I can talk to you today, after surviving 2 heart attacks that doctors said I would not survive, and still be here doing what I believe I was called to do, then you can do it too. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on your purpose. Keep walking. This is the Reuben Armstrong Show. Until next time.
The views and opinions expressed on The Reuben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is selling God. God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is. Available the 21st of April, 2026 in bookstores and online.
Do you have an idea? Do you have a story to tell? Do you want to share your voice? You could be a guest on The Reuben Armstrong Show. Visit www.thereubenarmstrongshow.com. Click contact and email us today.